Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to go over my mindset again because I just got assigned a shit ton of HIMS stock. But before we get into all of that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the free Discord if you want to learn more about selling options and making money, making income from selling options. Check out the Instagram because I do post all my plays there as well. And it's just a fun time on there. But I just got assigned like another like 400 or 500 shares of HIMS at pretty doo-doo prices, like 53, 55, and 57, right? So what do I do from there, right? Because a lot of people, when they first get into selling options, they get so afraid or get like pissed when they get assigned shares, right? When you get assigned shares, like, oh my God, now I have to spend the money and actually hold the shares. So again, I'm going to say this in every video. Every single video, you should only do the wheel strategy. You should only do covered calls and cash secured puts on stocks, specifically cash secured puts on stocks you want in your portfolio. HIMS has been having a rough patch here, but I do believe in the company long term. It just sucks how much it's dropped. It just sucks how much it dropped. It's like currently trading like what, 45, 44. I'll bring up the trading view in a second here, but yeah, so I got assigned from 53 all the way up to 57. So what am I doing with the plays? So let's just jump right into my Discord really quick right here. And the Discord here. So, yep, so you got assigned 300 more shares at 55. I got assigned a few other ones before. So I did 2 cover calls for HIMS at 55. So the question is, why did I choose 55? It's because it's my cost basis. My cost basis is 55, and I'm cool with us going in and out of the stock within like a month. I don't want any wash sales, so I usually do a month. And I did collect 240 bucks. Better than nothing. And if you wanted to look even deeper, you could look at HIMS right here. We're a long way from 55. The middle Bollinger Band's at 52. Current stock is trading at 44.57. So it's like, we got to see where this is going. Obviously, they have a lot down the pipeline, which I'm excited about, just like the TRT and like men's health type stuff. So I'm big into that. So that's like, I'm not too worried about it. And like, if you look, guys, the VIX is technically still very down. Like it's I feel like stocks are just going to go up for a little bit. And like the next play is Palantir. We're close to the bottom of the Bollinger Band here. And potentially you could maybe run some leaps and just take profits when it breaks its all-time high again. Like over a year and a half, it'll definitely go past their all-time high, and in my opinion, and get there. You could collect your money on the way out. And from here, because depending on how the market is tomorrow, I would also be selling some cash secured puts at like the 44, 45 area. So if you like look here, trade options, I know this is all static right now because it's timeout. So 33 days out, I go to like the 140s. Let's look at 140. You could get 335 bucks per contract. So let's just put a calculator out here. So you do 3.35 divided by 140. And you're getting 2% in a month. Not bad. And this is for a delta of 20%. And for those that know me, I've been doing anywhere from 25 to 40% delta. So let's just look. This would probably be 30, 65. No, it's too high. What's 60, 48? Oh, way too high. 55, 40. So you could get $780 for a 40 delta. 7.8 divided by, what is it? 155. You're getting a 5% right there. 5% on your money over 33 days. And again, when you're doing this, you have to be okay with buying Palantir at 155 to do this. And it's pretty close to the money. So it's kind of like a riskier play in the sense of, are you cool with buying it? Do I think Palantir is like a $200, $300 stock? Absolutely. So I'm not too worried about it. And also, if you want to look at like that Bollinger Band again, we're trading at 158. and 155 is where we would probably put our cash secured put. So we get paid a good amount of money, bring down the cost basis, and if we do get assigned, we just hold it for the run up, because that's like really all you have to do for this is just keep your mindset to income, not necessarily appreciation. And if you do that, you're gonna be winning in the long term. So it's all about income, guys. Like the appreciation is a plus. If it gives dividends, it's a plus. So what I'm personally doing, but also what I'm personally doing, if my stocks are down, I just try to get it at cost basis. And there was that little pullback earlier last week that scared a lot of people. It even scared me a little bit because I do use margin, so it does scare me. And I didn't want to get house called. I didn't want to do too much. So I did close out some plays that were like just to free up money, just to make the people at Fidelity that do like the securities and safety for them happy that I do have a lot of cash on hand. So I close a lot of plays to make sure I have cash. And then I didn't do as many plays as I usually do because I was pretty much scared of where the market would go. Even though all my analysis said it's most likely going to bounce, in which it did, I didn't go with my gut because you just never know with these like Fed meetings. You never know with our president what's going to happen. So I'm actually happy that I didn't pull the trigger on some of these plays. Like obviously I could have made 10K by now, but I'm stuck at what 7.7 according to my Discord. 7,746 bucks. I could probably be around like mid eights, maybe nines going into the last week of August, and I probably would have been able to hit 10. But with me playing it safer, I feel safer. I feel better about my trades, and I don't have to worry about like a big drop, a house call, margin call, whatever, start paying interest. And that's how I usually play it. Like whenever there is like a Fed talk going around, I do play less aggressive. I do take more money. I keep more cash on the side just in case whatever news comes out. So this is stuff that I do, and like how I talked about in another video, that when earnings comes around and I feel like things are going to be very bullish, I end up being very aggressive and I start using a lot more of my money, a lot more of my cash, a lot more of my margin to take advantage of earnings plays. But whenever like these talks come around like what the economy is going to do and all that, a lot of people get very scared during this time, and myself as well. So I do end up putting a lot of cash on the side just in case there is a big dip, a big scare where stocks just plummet. But again, this is just personally what I do. I'm using YouTube and Instagram as my journal for my trades, and this is how I've been able to make, for the last few months, 10K plus. So am I going to hit it again this month? I'm not too sure. I'll do my best to get another 2,500 squeezed out of this month, but I'm not too sure I'll be able to unless there's just a very bullish vibe going into this week and going into Labor Day. I mean, hopefully I could get at least 10K. I'll be cool with like mid eights, high eights, low nines. I'll be even happy with as well. But this is literally it. Just keep making more money. This is how selling options should be. Make money, keep the money flowing, and keep it going. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out all the socials, and follow me on IG. Peace.